Hello, it's Pete Lamb, PeteLamb.com. Today's Chief Chat, we're talking about risk. Lots of risk to be talked about in the fire service. We can go a bunch of different ways on this and do a lot of different things, but risk is something we deal with all the time, and it really is no pun that I use this graphic of a dice here, because really what we do is roll the dice. We have to manage risk, and in order to manage risk, one of the things we have to look at is what is our previous history with a similar type of risk. I have a good friend, John Dixon, Lieutenant John Dixon, Instructor John Dixon is how he's known on the web, and talks about the normalization of deviance, and that is each day we survive something, or each day we do something maybe not quite according to plan, but we get away with it. We deviate, and our judgment gets clouded. We get what's called complacency as it relates to risk. So I think that that's something we have to pay attention to. Risk is also, in addition to the obvious things that I think many of us know on the fire ground, is, the smoke, the cancer causing, the cleaning our gear, the all of this stuff. Risk. Firefighters are exposed to risk by the very nature of our job. It is what we do. It is what we're exposed to all of the time. So I think that there's a lot to be said in understanding risk. As a leader, there's also another thing that relates here: your personal risk. How much of yourself will you expose? How much of yourself will you show to the people that you work with, to the people that maybe you supervise, to the civilians, to the politicians? Risk is a personal thing, as well as the obvious hazards on the fire ground and all that we experience. Risk can also be personal risk-taking, sharing of yourself, and so on and so forth. So I think the risk has a place in our vocabulary as firefighters. I think we need to pay attention to it, see what it really means in real life, and then we can get some understanding of how to deal with it. Don't be fooled, and don't underestimate risk. I think it's important. I think we need to understand what risk really means and measurement of the risk based on any previous experience we've already had. Thanks. We'll talk again.